Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, tricksters and tricksettas from the second YouTube channel. Today, I think for the first time ever, we are VOD reviewing Yoru Platinum 2 on Bind. Now, currently on my Twitch channel and on YouTube channel soon, I'm doing my Unranked to Immortal series with Yoru. And I'm developing and, cooking some good strategies with this character that I'm gonna share with you in my ranked playbook on my Discord server. If you want to access the ranked playbook, you just need to be a tier 1 sub on my Discord server, Twitch sub, YouTube member, voila, you get the playbook, you have this secret coaching channel right here, you have the link every single month, and basically there's an enormous amount of strategies and tactics already. I still didn't start Yoru, but I'm gonna start soon. Now, today, let's see what our main character is doing from Uzbekistan. So, I played since episode 7 Act 1. Episode 7 Act 1 Bronze 2 to Silver 3. Not bad. Episode 7 Act 2 Silver 3 to Platinum 1. Not bad. Act 3 Platinum 1. Okay, he's a recent Valorant enjoyer. My main Yoru, Phoenix, and sometimes Omen. Okay. Both Omen... all three of these agents are, in my opinion, top 7 agents to grind the rank solo queue. So good picks. Omen is S tier, Phoenix and Yoru are A tier, and yes, I mean you can get all the way up to Radiant with these picks, like very good agents. I don't know what my problem is. I cannot leave Platinum 1. Help me. Can I get minimum Diamond 2 Ascendant in this act? Let's see. Let's check it, my friend. So this is his tracker. He played already, not already, like he's already 1 month into the act. He played 97 matches, 48, 46, above 50% win rate. Okay, let's see his performance first. So his grind is quite consistent. One thing, I always, when I'm reviewing the trackers, like I always tell you guys, the minimum optimal amount of games that you should play in Valorant is 3 per day. If you want to compete with these kids that are playing 24/7, you need to spend at least 3 games in ranked. It can be 1 game at the morning, 1 game in the night, 1 game in the evening, it's fine. But that is the optimal minimum amount of games that you should play if you truly want to progress in the game. So basically that's around, I don't know, around 2 hours of playtime per day, which is around 120 hours in 2 months, which he was doing, to be honest, in the last 2 acts, and not bad. That's why we see some significant improvements in terms of his rank, but then he got hard stuck in Platinum this act. Okay, now, when it comes to the agents that you're playing, as I said, like, Yoru, Omen, and Phoenix are great choices. I would simply recommend you to never fill in your games. The only characters that you need to fill in Valorant are obviously the controllers. If you don't have a controller in a team, you're fucked. Not fucked, but your chances of winning the match and winning that specific game are, 20% lower. So what I always recommend to the players that I'm coaching is that you should definitely pick, if you're already not maining controllers, you should definitely pick Omen and Viper as some alternative secondary picks. So if you're already maining Yoru and Phoenix, pick the Omen on every single map except the Breeze, and on Breeze, learn the Viper. Definitely, because playing Breeze without Viper is hell of a time. Like, it's borderline impossible if you're not smurfing, basically. Your overall win rate is fine with Phoenix and Yoru, but with Omen, I see that you're a bit sucky. Like, with Omen, you really need to put in some time in a custom service as well. Like, you're currently tier 3 sub on my Discord server, and you have unlocked the Omen rank playbook. I heavily recommend you to take the notes from that playbook and build the textual playbook for yourself and try to replicate some of the strategies, some of the tactics, and the mindset that I was sharing in that playbook. I promise you, if you manage to replicate everything from that playbook, your win rate with Omen will, in these lobbies, will be minimum 55%. Now, okay, your Yoru, Omen, Phoenix main, that is fine. Let's move on to the maps. And I do recommend you keep playing these 3 characters. It's absolutely fine. I have nothing against it. I just feel that Omen is a bit better. Phoenix would be my secondary pick, and Yoru my third pick. Now let's discuss the maps. So, when it comes to the map picks, this is what I recommend you. Let's open a notepad because we need to, dive in a bit deeper here. So, essentially, what is happening for you here? On Haven, from your picks, I recommend you definitely to main Yoru as a number 1 character, because Yoru on Haven has a lot of useful and a lot of good strategies and tactics that you can utilize to outplay the enemies. Rotations are really fast. Done. Deal done. Deal sealed. Phoenix should be your secondary choice, and Omen only if you need to fill in. Sunset. On Sunset, generally controllers don't have that much impact to control the outcome of the rounds and matches, and I have fucking no idea how you're 4-0 with Omen on Sunset. But Omen does have some amazing good strategies to basically outplay the enemies on Sunset, especially if you take a look at my playbook on my Discord server. So, what I would recommend you on Sunset is fuck the Yoru. Yoru is not really the best pick on that map, and he's kind of underwhelming. I would recommend you to play Omen and Phoenix on the equal level. So if your team has need a controller, pick a controller. If a controller is picked, insta-lock the Phoenix, and that's it. Now, Breeze. On Breeze, from your picks, Yoru is the only character that you can play. Utilizing Phoenix is okay. It can work, but his flashes on this map are kinda underwhelming. Omen you can play in a double controller setup if you already have a Viper, but I would definitely recommend you to learn to play Viper as a secondary pick and to fill in the games with a Viper. From the 3 picks that you're playing, Yoru is ultimately the best. Now, on Lotus, I would actually recommend you to roll with Omen and Phoenix as your main picks, and your secondary pick should be Yoru. The reason for that is because Omen on this map is Giga Chat Agent. Like, there's enormous amount of executes, tactics, strategies that you can utilize, and you can control the outcome of your rounds to a very high degrees. And Phoenix is far better duelist on this map compared to the Yoru. So play Omen and Phoenix. Yoru should be, secondary pick if you want to have fun, or if there's nothing else to pick, basically, you already have a Phoenix, I don't know, an Omen, for an example. On Ascent, I would actually, once again, recommend you to roll as a Phoenix, as a number 1 pick, and your secondary pick should be Omen and Yoru, depending what your team needs, or if you really want to play Yoru. Yoru on Ascent, he's not bad. He has some really powerful executes and setups, but I feel that in your elo below Immortal 1, you will have such an easy time carrying with Phoenix on this map. Like, just look at I don't know, like, Sick. I mean, he's kind of washed up these days, and the guy's a bit, woo woo woo. But, Phoenix is great on this map. There's no reason for you to play Yoru on this map. Like, literally, if Phoenix is already one of your main characters, I would just roll with the Phoenix. Plus, you have the molly setups. You can molly the A main, B main, pick with the flash ability, counter the Killjoy ultimate, counter the enemy's pushes. On the attacker side, you can curve your wall and create the pathings to push into the site 2 times, 3 times more consistent than Yoru. And basically, this should be your pick priority order. On Bind, there's no debate here. There is fucking no debate here. Like, Omen, number 1 pick, and Yoru and Phoenix, secondary pick. Like, if you already play Omen, learn how to play Omen on Bind. Like, Omen on Bind is a masterclass. Like, basically, even when I'm underperforming, my mechanical skill is shit, or I'm having a really bad act, I'm managing to keep minimum 55% win rate with that character on Bind. Like, basically, Agent is just made for that map. Like, you can be a duelist, initiator, controller, sentinel, whatever you can be, Jesus Christ. Whatever you want to be on that map. So I would heavily recommend you to switch to the Omen as a main character on Bind. Take a look at the ranked playbook, implement the strategies and tactics from the playbook, done. And on Split, same as on Bind, Omen is number 1 pick, and Yoru and Phoenix are the secondary picks. So I still recommend you to play Yoru and Phoenix if you already have a controller in your team. But I promise you, man, like Omen on Bind and Split is irreplaceable. Like literally, it is a character that is just made for these two maps. Like the one-way smokes, the fake one-way smoke setups, the eco rounds outplays with a shorty, with a judge, with a stinger. You can pick up the operator, abuse every off angle. Like it doesn't make sense to play Yoru or Phoenix on these two maps. In a long run, you will dominate the enemies up to Immortal 3 with these two agents. Because right now, I'm giving you the advices to get to Immortal 3 levels. So remember this and keep playing these agents on these maps. Now, when it comes to your overall statistics, not bad. Like ADR is okay, it can be a bit better for a duelist player. KD, we're keeping it at 1.05, which means that we are not boosted player. Headshot percentage is fine for a Platinum 2 player. One huge problem that we have is not huge problem, but KST is like, not that good. This means that you're probably dying more than you should. And you're not having a proper mindset or proper executes, proper pathings when you're engaging the enemies. Like basically, the good KST is 75% and above. 70% is like optimal, and below 70% to 60%, you're a trash can basically. Like you need to learn how to move on the map better, position yourself better, execute the side better, like play with the team better. Like something is terribly wrong in your gameplay. Now, let's see one more thing. Show more abilities, aces, ACS, clutch percentage. Not really the greatest. Clutches lost 255 clutches lost, bro. And you're playing Omen, Yoru, and Phoenix, bro. How the fuck you lost 28 1v1s? I mean, but with Yoru, Omen, and Phoenix, you have so many great ways to outplay the enemies and clutch the rounds. This is quite terrible. Quite terrible. Weapon choices. Surprisingly, a very good fucking tracker. This is very nice. Really good. This is good. Having a 1 KD in every single, economy round that you play. The only problem that I have here is in semis. I don't know what's happening for you. Like, why your semis are lower than ecos. But this is nice. Really nice, actually. Like first time I see this in any VOD review that I did live. Ares is the second weapon. Hello? Shorty is the stinger is there. But that's my boy! That's why he has in ecos and semis, above 1 KD. Not like fucking Sheriff. Not fucking Spectre. Stinger and Classic and Shorty. Pretty good. I just don't know how the fuck is Ares. Ares like second weapon. Because definitely operator should be up there. Even judge if you're playing Yoru. I don't know where you're playing Ares this many times, like how we have 117 kills on Ares. But okay. I don't know, I would definitely change, I would definitely switch this weapon for something else, like maybe on Ascent and Haven, like you can spam some corner, even on Bind, you have some spammable angles, but that's a lot of Ares gameplay. You should bring in the Judge a bit higher, Marshall a bit higher when you're playing, Breeze for an example, Bulldog a bit higher, like, what's happening with Ares here? I don't know. Overall, not bad. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. I would just recommend you to follow the advices that I've given you for the agents and take a sneak peek into the rank playbook on my Discord server. Okay, I guess we're ready for the VOD review. First round on Bind. Now on Bind, our default bomb site is the B site. What does that mean for you? That means that it is easier for the attacker side to push B, harder for defender side players to defend B. It is also easier to play post plants, harder to play retakes. B side, based on the statistical data from Valorant ranked solo queue, has the B side of bind, has the lowest retake success out of any bomb site on any map in Valorant. It is that hard to fucking retake it. It's, you know, A side of Haven is also close, but this site is like 30-40% maximum. Like, the problem is just the bomb site layout, and it's not really fun to retake the site. Now, how do we decide in the first round of bind what to push, where to go? Decision is being made based on, believe it or not, your team composition and enemy's team composition a bit. So, if you don't have Sage in your team comp, I would try to end up on B side as many times as possible. Like, I would try to use A side only if B side is not working, number one. I would try to use A side as a faking bomb site and ending up on B side as many rounds as possible. Because planting the spike on A side without a Sage wall, it's hell of a task. In the lobbies below Immortal 1, something like that. So, if you don't have Sage in team, I would recommend you to go for the 5-man push on B. We can do some kind of a soft split where 4 players are going long and 1 player is going through the hookah, through the window, or we can do, you know, a bit harder split, 3 players long, 2 players hookah. But remember, whenever you are pushing B side of bind, especially with Yoru, you should always go through the B long area of the map. I don't wanna fucking see you in the hookah. Done. I don't care what the fuck your teammates are doing. You're always taking the garden control and pushing from long. Now, on the other hand, if you do have a Sage in your team, call for the 5-man push onto the A side through A short. Tell the Sage to do the regular wall, and you should go with your teammates, do some kind of an execute, ba-ba-boo, ba-ba-ba. And when you're executing A side, you know, sometimes you can go through showers depending if you're splitting the site or not, what your teammates are doing, but from the A short, I mean, Yoru has some really, really good executes from both A short and showers as well. Good, you know, TP setups. Now, let's discuss that topic. Should you learn the lineups with Yoru? Yes and no. Like, it is really important for you, number one, to basically do the lineups on the go. Like, to get a really good feeling of how your teleport travels. So no matter in what type of scenario you are, you kind of have an idea how fast the teleport travels and where the fuck it's gonna end up once you deploy it. Like in my Unranked to Immortal series, I've done enormous amount of TP outplays, and I have like 6 lineups in total. Developing a feeling for utility is always better than having some strict lineups that you need to follow. Because then you need to get on some exact position at that moment of time. God knows if you will be able to get on that exact position. And it's really important to develop like that adaptiveness aspect of your gameplay. On the other hand, there are some lineups that are important for you, like especially on the defender side when you're rotating between the sites, if you want to end up in the spawn of the enemies for some kind of an eco rounds and halbye rounds, outplay and shit like that. So I would say that on every single map, there are like 6 to 8 lineups that you need to know, and everything else should just be pure adaptiveness. And that's it. Now, let's move on to the first round. So, we don't have Sage. Enemies have Sage plus Cypher. This is another thing that I need to talk about. Now, if you don't have Sage in your team, but the enemies do have one of the Sentinels, such as Cypher, Deadlock, Killjoy, or Sage, I still recommend you to go for the 5-man push onto the A site. Because 90% of times, that Cypher in the first round will play B site. I would try everything to avoid, in ranked solo queue, pushing the B site against the Cypher in the first round. Because you never know how your mental abominations of your teammates are gonna push that site, whether or not they will properly clear the tripwires and actually, especially now when the Cypher is buffed, like, it's hell of a time pushing into his tripwires. So I would go for the 5-man push here through the A short and call for the 5-man push. Now, in the first round with Yoru, on the attacker side of bind, I would always go with a classic light shield, 1 flash and 1, fake out, basically. I will start my round in the A short area of the map, jump spotting the enemies for my teammates, and doing the teleport for this position here. Now, that teleport you can deploy from this spot. I think something like this should work, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the TP. So basically, I will do the teleport for that shit, and then I will try to reach this spot, sending my fake out to the site, flashing the enemies in the lamps, and just executing the lamps, killing this guy, and taking the lamps control as soon as possible for my teammates. Also, like, same as with any other agent, your highest priority when you're pushing the A site is clearing the front of the site with your teammates, clearing the lamps, and then fighting for the back site and for the rest of the bomb site. Now let's see what our main character is gonna do.
Recovering it.
Shorty. Okay, this can be interesting. This can also work. Big fan from India. Much love to my Hindi friends.
Taking that back.
Всем привет.
This can be very interesting, to be honest. He can also go for the shorty play in the lamps with a teleport, flash, and fake out.
Хотите выиграть эту игру?
Да, конечно. Spike dropped.
What the fuck are we trying to do? He put the teleport behind himself, and he's pushing with a shorty. Ay.
Reloading.
So far interesting. What's going on, bro? What the fuck is going on, man? Listen, in the first round with Yoru, as I said, first of all, when you're pushing A side in the first round, fuck the showers. Like, just fuck the showers. Tell your teammates to push 5-man through A short, done. Second of all, in the first round with Yoru, you don't need a shorty to take the lamps control. You can take lamps control with flash and teleport. Third of all, whatever, we need a light shield when we're playing a classic pistol. I mean, it's okay. Even this play is fine. Starting the round here, aiming at this shit, dropping the teleport, and then, buying the shorty without the shield, letting the teleport travel there, jump spotting the enemies here, doing the fake out for the site. Fake out is going in, doing the flash, teleporting, bop, killing that guy, entering the lamps with a shorty, killing the enemy in the short. That's fine. But, classic triple shot is still fucking shorty, basically. You can just do this, enter here safely. What's the problem? And also, when you're pushing the B side of bind in the first round, I would also go with a classic light shield, 1 flash and 1 fake out. I would just run here with my allies, jump spot the enemies here. Whenever enemies have a pop flash character, just bait out the pop flash. Maybe you can send the fake out and then wait for the flash. Enemies flash, peek, take a kill, go forward. From this position here, you can aim basically towards the site and do the teleport like this. Teleport is gonna travel like that, go all the way into that corner. There, ba. You flash the enemies. Done. And go for the kill. Of course, you need to time your executes when your teammates are already going out from the site, and when your teammates are you know, pressuring the enemies so that you have distraction to perform the teleport. I don't know, like this is what's going on. And also, in the first round, like, always tell your teammates to play as 5. Never allow your teammates to split apart. The more you split apart, you have less chances to win that round. Like basically the main rule of the first round on the attacker side should be a 5-man aggressive push towards one specific objective. Like in this round, if you're pushing A side, there should be maximum 1 player in the showers. The enemies have a Sage, she's probably gonna wall the showers anyways. That guy is gonna be useless, maybe applying some pressure by destroying the wall, but the rest of the team should be pushing through the A short. Now, this teleport that he wanted to do, the best way to do that teleport is essentially, you don't need to peek the enemies. Like basically there is a teleport that goes all the way into the lamps, and if you want to do that teleport, like you just start the round by aiming, you know, you hug the wall here, aim at this shit here, and most of the times you should end up in the... sorry, that's not the lineup. I fucked up. This wall. This wall, and you're aiming at the middle of that shit, like... and now that this TP should go forward, and that's it, like... and you should end up in the lamps. Now, but anyways... you need to have some kind of a plan for the first round. The first round cannot be random. Like basically, in the first round, the first round is the round where you should communicate the most with your teammates. I mean, you don't need to develop some high-level strategies and tell, you know, push the A site at 5 seconds from the showers. I don't know, Reyna, do the flash here. Like, fuck that shit. Just tell them, guys, let's go. 5-man this, 5-man that, let's push fast, and that's it. And also, like, 90% of times, when you're starting on bind, you know, you're pushing A side. Push from this position. Unless you want to do some kind of a teleport for the showers and to enter the showers. Like I said, for the lamp, sorry. Like, it really doesn't make any sense for you to, like, for you to start at this position. Especially since you like, bought a short, like, I don't know what was the plan, literally, like you need to explain me, like, your thought process. Stupid run. Now, listen, whenever you're playing bind, and enemies are playing a bonus, or an eco half by round, you should always tell your teammates to do a 5-man push through the B long. Fuck the hookah, fuck the A short, fuck the showers. Just do execute through the B long, S5. Tell your smoker to smoke this, and smoke this. Fight for the elbow, and that's your job. Done. And fight for the side control. Whenever you are eco and halby, the highest skill potential you have in the lamps. And I would call for the 5-man push through the lamps, through the A short, once again. Buy the shorty, buy the flash, and you could just teleport here, kill this guy here, kill the guy in the lamps, take the gun, that's it. We're going to the... We're going through the hookah in this round because, you know, we want to die from the enemy's judge in the hookah. Makes sense, makes sense.
We are strong.
Listen, never buy the... Like, never buy the light shield with a classic pistol in a second round. Is just wasted money. If you already want to buy something in a second round, and you didn't even get a single kill in the first round, you didn't even plan the spike, maybe force a sheriff and try to go for the 1-tips, or just buy a shorty and perform some aggressive execute and outplay. Like, buying a light shield with a classic is just wasted the money for the third round. In the third round, it is very important for you to have the heavy shield, because you're playing against the enemies that have the bonus and halby weapons. They have the stingers, specters, judges, shorties, classic pistols. Like, you need that heavy shield. This fake out is also wasted completely. Like, if enemies already don't have a pop flash character, and you didn't see the enemies peek this angle before, I would much rather save my fake out when I'm executing the sites or when I'm pushing into some important areas of the map, such as pushing into the garden, taking the hookah control, taking the lamps control and frontside control, taking the control of this. Like, if you already didn't see the enemies play aggro here, 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 and here, don't waste it. Save it for, you know, some execute onto the site. It's a very important piece of utility, especially when you're playing against the Cypher. Even though, you know, now the Cypher tripwires get replenished, but at least you're gonna know where the fuck is that tripwire. That was really wasted. Okay, we're going long.
Здесь рядом.
This teleport is okay. I mean, it's gonna end up in CT. Bro, what is this panic mode? First of all, in eco and halberd rounds, when you're executing the B side, like your primary job is to end up like in some close range fight with the enemies. Like basically, there was some kind of a lineup here that you can do. I do this teleport purely based on my feeling, but essentially your primary job when you're executing the B side is to end up in that position. If I'm already going with a classic pistol and just pop flashing the enemies here, doing this teleport and trying to kill the enemies. If I saw them here and there. If the enemies are backside, just do the flash for the backside. Drop it like this, or you know, you can drop it in the ground towards the enemies, teleport in that corner, and that's it. Like teleporting into CT in a round where you have a classic pistol and enemies might saw your, I don't know, like some enemies might be on the rotation here, you don't know that, like it's a very fucking risky TP. Also, doing a teleport for the site is a good idea. So basically, I don't know, like I just do these teleports on the go, and most of the times they work for me. Essentially, like, what do you think about Zip Tie? Is he a good Yoru main? He's sometimes trolling, so I don't know, like, what to recommend you basically when it comes to the Zip Tie, you know, like, doing a teleport here, what I want to say, doing a teleport here is also a good idea in eco and halberd rounds, especially when I have a shorty. Like, basically, you can go for the pop flash like this, or pop flash for middle of the side there, teleport, easy kills. Like, I don't know, like in a round where, you know, you're eco and halberd and you're going for this TP with a classic pistol, you can find yourself in a lot of shit if the enemies are there and there. And also when you already teleported, like, listen guys, if the enemies are already not looking at you, you know, like, take your time to kill them. Like, a lot of these players, you know, below Immortal 1, they don't know what type of a game they're playing. If you have time to kill an enemy, don't panic. Make sure that your crosshair placement is ready for the enemies. Go for 2 taps in the head and kill an enemy. Another mistake that I saw when you teleported with the Yoru, you did this type of a teleport. When you're teleporting with Yoru, instantly turn to the position where you want to fight the enemies. Like if I'm teleporting there, and I know that Sage is passing through the city into the site, and raises backside, I'm gonna do this. So I'm already ready. I'm ready to fight the enemies on the site after you teleport. Same shit that you're doing with Omen. With Omen, when I'm teleporting, I'm instantly during the teleport flicking towards the position where I think I'm gonna fight the first enemy. I'm not gonna do the flick once I teleport.
Нет, нельзя. Где Сайфер был?
Okay. One thing that I can definitely, you know, immediately see, you're way too hasty when it comes to shooting the enemies. Like your right hand and your left mouse button is clicking those shots before you're even ready to fight the enemies. Like, you need to build some, discipline in your aim. Like, make sure that the crosshair placement is there. Make sure that you see the enemies. Make sure that you're ready for the fight. Like, don't just randomly fire your bullets. It's stupid. Like, this fight is fine, for an example. Nice flick. Nice headshot. We got traded. Good kills. By the way, whenever you're playing some kind of an eco and hull by round with Yoru, you always want to play it in an aggressive way. Done. Okay. Our team has planted the spike. Are we gonna win this round? Ooh, Fiora! Espada not strong enough, huh? Okay, good. What the fuck is he gonna buy now? Oh no, oh no, oh no. What the fuck? Am I watching? Am I living in some parallel universe? Man, listen. Like, you lose the second round. And you're playing the third round. Enemies have the bonus and hull by weapons. Enemies have stingers, shotguns, buckies, judges, like, shit like that. Now, whenever enemies are playing a bonus round, or an eco hull by round, on bind, you tell your teammates, hey guys, let's push Fireman B long. Omen, Brimstone, please, can you smoke the hookah for me? Like this, on this marping? And can you do a smoke onto the CT? And let's fight for the elbow and sight. Simple call. Maybe simple. Now, in a third round, you never prioritize. In an anti-bonus round, you never prioritize utility over the heavy shield and the guns. I don't give a fuck what agent you're playing. You'll have money for one piece of utility, gun, and a heavy shield. Like here, in this example. We have 4,000 credits. What are we buying? Heavy shield with a Vandal or Phantom and a fake out. We have a fake out, we have a teleport, we have a good gun in our hands, we can play any gunfight against the enemies that have the Marshall, Sting, whatever the fuck weapons they have, and basically that is what you buy in this round. But to be honest, like, your team is forced in the last round. What the fuck is happening here? Are these guys gonna buy full buy now?
Super easy to pick off.
Astra is full, yeah, they're full buying. Okay, I mean, if your teammates are full buying, you always full buy with them. Like, if your teammates are not following any proper economy management, you cannot follow that as well. But in this round, you should have had a Vandal or Phantom, plus the heavy shield, plus the fake out. Deal done. And telling your teammates, hey guys, let's push Fireman B long. Interesting. Okay, another tip. Whenever you're pushing the B long of bind, listen. Try first of all, that raises monkey, and you can learn from that raises mistake. Whenever you're pushing the B long of bind, always use some kind of a utility to push the enemies back. Sky flash, Yoru flash, anything. Number one. Number two, you should never peek the enemies here in a clean gunfight. Jump spot the enemies, and now go for the peek based on what you've seen there. If you saw one enemy holding with operator, pop flash, wait for the shot, do the fake out, push forward. Third tip, whenever you're pushing the B long of bind, the absolutely best pathing and the best idea is to clear these angles here, like this. Jump crouch on the wall, and then together with your teammate, you clear that position. No one, but nobody, has a crosshair placement ready for this. They're either holding this or this. You're always in an advantage. Go for the fast peek with a proper crosshair placement. That is the kill 8 out of 10 times. So, if your teammates are already dying like this in the future rounds, drop the pop flash as soon as the round starts to push the enemies back, get on this position, and destroy that guy. Done. We need to push through B long. Like, basically, pushing the B side through the hookah is impossible. Like, quite literally impossible. Pushing the B side through B long is okay, but the problem with the hookah position is that we're dropping down. We basically need to drop down from the window, and we are not ready to fight the enemies. Like, if you have 3 teammates here, you need to clear the long. Especially with Yoru, that is an easy task. So what if the operator is there? No problemo. Let's drop the teleport. Like this. Teleport is gonna get stuck into that corner. Let's jump spot that. Op misses a shot. You go for the flash. You go for the teleport. Kill the operator. Kill the guys in the long. Let's push forward. Guard and control is a must when you're pushing the B side. Going only through the hookah, your chances of winning the round is like 20%, maybe. I don't know. And especially, you know, from the hookah, with Yoru, you have no executes at all. Like, you know, it's so hard to perform the executes from this position and to get fully ready for the... I mean, you can, if this is smoked, you know, you can deploy the teleports wherever the fuck you want. But who knows if this is even going to be smoked. They have the operator on the site. Oh, this is a suicide what they're doing now. Raze can drop a nade through the teleporter. They can... Omen can play shotguns in the hookah. I mean, not Omen, but someone. Like, this is terrible.
I know exactly where you are.
This is exactly why I avoid hookah and showers in the earlier stages of the game. Like, hookah and showers should be something that you prioritize when you notice that you can punish the enemies there, and when nothing else is working. If the B long pushes are not working, if the A short pushes are not working, yes, default a bit more, try to fight for the hookah control, for the showers control, and that's it. But in the earlier stages of the game, this should not be happening for you. And economy management, 0 points. My dude is checking for the Smurfs, huh? I love how in the last 4 rounds we don't have a heavy shield. How is that possible? This round, I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but your teammates are full buying again. Heavy shield, Vandal Phantom, and Fake Out. Done. No, listen, that light shield meta. Like, you're not playing against tens. You're not playing against Boaster, against Fnatic, you know? You're playing against Platinum, Ascendant, Diamond, and Low Immortal players. These guys, they are not always going for the headshot. Like, you can write down on the paper how many times, like, from now on, in every single full buy round, prioritize the heavy shield. And write down on the paper how many times in the last 100 gunfights you survived with below 25 HP. And I promise you, it's gonna be at least 15 to 20 times. The heavy shield in these lobbies is very important, especially against the enemies that are playing a bonus round, halberd rounds and eco rounds. Fuck the light shield meta. That type of shit you can apply in Radiant lobbies. You can apply in VCT, not in solo queue.
Radiant must be ours.
What the fuck? And please, from now on, when you're starting the push onto the A site, unless you're going for this teleport. So, unless you're going for this TP lineup. Here. You should always start from the left side. And from the left side, jump spotting the enemies. And then doing some TP lineup for this. Or TP lineup for the back side. But it doesn't make sense to start there. Okay. Same as on the B side. You know, pushing only through the showers, that's a heavy task. It's quite impossible on bind. Like, enemies can easily lock you down with a Sage Wall, slow orbs, fuck you up with a Cypher Trip Virus, with the Omen Paranoia, with the Raze Boombot and shit. We need a short control. If 3 of your teammates are going showers. You need to go short. I mean, okay. Omen did a smoke here. Enemies can be there, there. No problemo. Let's put a teleport for the backside, basically. And let's just, let's pop flash through the smoke. Clear this position, that position. And now we can make a decision what to do next. Let's pop flash this. Let's push forward, clear the site. If you see an opportunity to teleport, we can teleport, whatever, like. Or just put a TP there, pop flash to the smoke, clear that angle, this angle. Now use the flash for the lamps, teleport, kill this guy, kill the guys here, enter the hookah with a shorty, kill the guy. We need the control of the lamps and front side. Like, this is gonna be impossible. God help us. Okay, guys, like, whenever your teammates abandon some kind of a plan, you need to abandon it as well. So we should always have a heavy shield in the third round, no matter the outcome of the first 2 rounds. If you lost the first 2 rounds in the third round, you need to have a heavy shield. If you won the first 2 rounds, and in the third round you're playing a bonus round, you should save the money for the 4th round. If you don't have some kind of a hull buy of an eco weapon. Like, basically for the 4th round, you need to have at least 3,900 credits. In this scenario, he should play with his teammates. When your teammates abandon some kind of a plan, fuck it. Play with them. In a 3v3 scenario, just stick together and execute something together. You know that a Cypher is behind you. This Cypher can kill both of your teammates. You might end up without the spike. Follow up your teammates. Fuck it. Like, literally, whenever you're 3v3, 2v2, play together.
My portal broke.
Now we're 2v2 and we could have been like 3v2, Rotate fast B. I don't know what we're waiting. Like, we know that the Raze and Omen are A. Cypher is pushing B fast. Fuck it. Fast, bro! Fast! Minimap awareness, stuff like that. Okay, tripwire. Fast. I will still be pushing with the Cypher, because Cypher can die in some kind of a crossfire from the Raze and Omen. We're quite slow.
Last player.
You need to connect with your teammates faster. Like, basically, there's no wasting time in solo queue. You need to compensate for every fucking mistake that your teammates do. And you cannot compensate for the mistakes if you're not playing with them. In this scenario right now, basically, he needs to go for some kind of an outplay with a teleport. We know that the Omen is in the hookah position. We know that the Raze is on the site somewhere. So, in this scenario, we're dropping the teleport for the backside, doing the pop flash for the backside, and pushing in. Like, basically, we cannot fight here in a crossfire between these 2 guys.
Spike down B. 30 seconds left.
No, I will not even take this fight. Like, don't fight fair. The more fair fights you pick, it's worse for you. Like, you're playing Yoru. You should be fighting with your flashes, with a fake out, with a teleport ability. Play with the enemy's mind. In this scenario, you have a lot of time to plan the spike. You have 33 seconds. That is a lot. Like, what he could have done. So, we have a Cypher smoke here. Cypher cage is here. Raze doesn't know our location. Omen doesn't know our location. We could have walked into this position here, drop a teleport for the elbow, do the fake TP in the elbow, and see if that is gonna work. And then, wait like 10-15 seconds to see how the enemies are gonna respond on that. There's gonna be 15 seconds on the clock, and that is the moment of time for you to go for some kind of an outplay. Like, take your time. Like, as long as you have time to plan the spike and execute the spike, let the enemies outplay themselves. In these lobbies, players do an enormous amount of mistakes. The only thing they see is the blood. They don't use their brain that often. Play on that card.
Spike down.
Нам по следующему просто я не успеваю по таймингу, мне надо набрать 5 сайфер, где мы только обнаружим.
Okay. As I said, if your teammates are forcing and buying every single round, unfortunately you need to force and buy with them. Like proper economy management doesn't exist if your teammates are not following that economy management. Like here, if your teammates are buying, I'm going with the Vandal, I'm going with the Light Shield, or I'm going to be buying a Judge with a Heavy Shield. Depends what we're pushing. If we're pushing the B set, I would go with the Vandal and Light Shield and Fake Out. If we are pushing the A site, I'll probably go with the Judge and Stinger, Heavy Shield and Shorty, and with all of utility, and just try to take the lamps control and teleport into the lamps.
Он, судя по всему, постоянно сидит на Б, то есть нам проще заходить на Yoru с... Я пойду баню. Рейна, как second player, он может пойти либо со мной, либо разменить кого-нибудь из вас на шапку.
Да, с тобой пойдем.
Listen, when it comes to you know, these type of scenarios.
Second player, он может
What language is that? Like Russian, Ukrainian, something like that. I don't know.
пойти либо со мной, либо разменить
Now, listen.
кого-нибудь из вас на шапку.
If you're not doing anything in Valorant, so basically nothing is happening, you need to wait for the enemy's utility, you're waiting for, you know, like some piece of utility to explode, to detonate, waiting for something to happen. First of all, make sure that you have a proper crosshair placement for the most probable peak that's going to happen. Like right now, your crosshair should be here. And second of all, 50% of your focus should be on the minimap to see like what the fuck are your teammates doing at that moment of time and to get the information necessary
Да, с тобой пойдем.
for that specific round.
Time to jump.
This teleport is a problem. You know, when you're going for the teleport in the lamps, teleport needs to land in this position so that enemies playing here don't see your anal cavity. Because once I teleport in that spot, I want to do the flash like this. So I'm not only flashing, you see, I'm not only flashing the guy that is here and here. You also need to flash the guy that is maybe watching this angle. So basically, like, I'm dropping a flash more towards the left side, like this, teleporting, clearing this angle, clearing the front side, and then clearing the lamps maybe with a second flash or the fake out and going in. You see your anal cavity on OnlyFans? Jesus Christ. Now, if you already take the lamps control and you have a shorty, this is not really the best angle for the shorty. Like, the absolutely best position for you with a shorty in the lamps is getting up here, up close and personal with the enemies. Like, slightly away from the wall, diagonally, like this. You're placing 1/4 of your crosshair inside of the wall and going for the 2-tap. Like, this is the perfect crosshair placement and positioning with a shorty in the lamps. Everything else is just, it's you know, it's fine. You can hold something like this as well. You can hold something like this as well. You can do whatever. But with 8 HP, we need to gain every single possible advantage that we can gain. Like, you cannot hold this angle with a shorty and expect to kill an enemy with the first shot. It's quite impossible. Like, here you need at least 2 shots. But here, there is a chance that you're going to eliminate that enemy with only 1 shot. These bullets will go directly onto the enemy's body. These bullets will go slightly through the wall, penetrating the enemy for an additional damage. And we can delete 1 enemy and get the fuck out.
Хуя вы друг друга переиграли, бля. А тут даже можно съебываться, потому что...
Okay, we know that Omen is the B player. We know that the Reyna is the A player with the ultimate. Here, I would instantly give my team as the call out, guys, rotate B. And basically, we cannot, you know, we cannot fight on the A set anymore. And that's it. And I would probably do some kind of a teleport to escape this position as soon as I get in a fight. Like basically doing something improvised like this in order to get the fuck out in the short after I take a kill or after I take a gunfight with the enemies. And I can just do this, bop, bop, do the teleport, and I'm rotating with my teammates onto the B side.
Что А пустое. По-хорошему.
Whenever you end up in some kind of a fucked up scenario, like with a Yoru, like you need to pre-place your teleport for something. You need to be ready for the second play after you get a kill and to reposition yourself. Especially with the HP here. Now here pushing.
Spike down A.
Она у тебя, да, убей ее.
Stinger! You have a stinger!
One enemy remaining.
Я просто в ахуе, а.
Okay, now we can drop a teleport through the teleporter and we don't need to fight the Omen, right, guys? We're gonna do that, right?
Он на Б, друг.
I don't know what to say about this. Like, if his Astra dies right now, this clutch is gonna be impossible. Okay, Astra better. He should have rotated with his teammate here. He should have rotated with his teammate here. Like, basically, with 8 HP, if your Astra dies in that, you're trusting your allies way too much. You need to focus more on the team play and basically, like, you know, on that refrag potential. Bro, what the fuck? You know, these 2v2, 3v3, 2v1 scenarios, you need to stick to their buttholes a bit better. Team play. Is this the first full buy round that we have? Good. We have a shorty for the ultimate. That's good. Once again, this cannot be happening. Like, someone needs to hold the A short push. If you're already playing default like this, and I have two teammates with a spike going through B short, I have two teammates in the showers. My job is to hold the A short push, and I would prioritize playing with a Cypher and Astra. Because if I lose the spike there, that's it, bro.
Пикнет, там слышно. 3 ебла стоят, ждут.
Enemy spotted A.
And also, like, if the idea here was to pick up the ultimate orb for the ultimate, try not to waste your fake out. Because using a fake out with the ultimate is the best way to get a kill with the shorty. So basically, whenever you're using the Omen ultimate, first of all, you want to make sure that the fake out is available for you. And second of all, that you have a shorty as a secondary weapon. Now, when you do the ultimate, and you're around an enemy, you want to drop the fake out in front of the enemy, teleport behind an enemy, and just delete that guy. Like, a lot of the times they will shoot at this shit, or they'll be fully distracted, and you get an easy kill. Without need to use some kind of a stupid flash or shit like that.
My ult's ready.
Reloading.
I can.
Still in sight. Get him.
I'll handle this. Back soon. Careful here. Watching here.
Pop flash, pop flash, pop flash, pop flash! We cannot get out of that!
I'm back.
Good, good.
Cypher.
Not bad, not bad, not bad. This was actually good. This was actually good. The only problem that I have here is he should have been... I don't know, I would have been faster for this shit. The reason why I would have done faster execute is because his teammates in the showers, they can die at any moment of time. Yes, he is applying the pressure onto the enemies, but you just don't know what the fuck are the Reyna and the Astra gonna do there. Or whoever the fuck is that, like, raise. Like, here, as soon as I would have... So, okay, he did a teleport here to come back to his teammates, which is fine, okay. Personally, I would have put that teleport directly in the corner of this box So I have a bit of a safer teleport. And as soon as he saw the Omen, I would have went for the flash from this wall, go out of the ultimate and try to delete the Reyna or Omen in that fight. And distract them completely, because you never know. You never know when your teammates are going to start dying.
Here. Watching here.
It was a bit lucky there.
Careful here. Out of charges. I'm back.
Cypher.
Okay. Now listen, guys. Whenever you're in some kind of an open position, whenever you're in some kind of a fucked up scenario, think about the teleport. Like, once you perform some execute with Yoru, you end up in an open area of the map. Think fast. What is the next safe spot where I can teleport or do some kind of an outplay? Right now, I will be instantly doing my teleport either towards the showers, towards my teammates in short, or even towards in the lamps, and aggressing the Sage with a flash and fake teleport and getting a kill. I wouldn't stay here for another 2 seconds. They can die from tower, they can die from CT.
Spike down A.
No, that was not the play. That was not the play. Like here, basically, you're not using your utility to play with the enemy's mind at all. Like, you're just brute forcing things. Here, for an example, okay, we're stuck, you know, at the backside. I would instantly do the teleport for this, rush the enemies before my teammates die, clearing this position with a shorty, and now doing the flash with a fake teleport and trying to get this control and fighting the enemies.
Spike down A.
Okay, not bad. Help! Thank you all for Prime giving some mana and thank you for scamming Jeff Bezos.
Нет, там, по-моему, Yoru нет.
So my guy is playing Ares on the attacker side of Bind. Bro! This ain't gold anymore! We're in Platinum 2, you know, Diamond Elo, like, come on, bro. Like, what is this economy management? First of all, listen. If your teammates have the money to drop you a weapon, ask for the gun. Try it. Try it. I know that sometimes in gold, platinum, diamond, and bronze lobbies, like, your teammates are not gonna buy for you, but tell them, hey guys, if you buy me a weapon, I'm gonna carry you. Or whatever, like, just tell them, this is a team play game. Like, your team's economy is yours economy. Yours economy is your teammate's economy. So basically, if Ulquiorra can buy you a weapon, ask for the weapon. If he doesn't buy you in the last 3 seconds of the round start, then buy something. Now, in this specific scenario, how many credits we have? We have 3,650. So, I need to ask myself 2 questions. Question number 1. Am I gonna play this round a bit more passively? Or I'm gonna go for some aggro outplay? If the answer is, I wanna play a bit more aggressively, I'm gonna buy a heavy shield, shorty with a stinger and all of my utility. Or heavy shield with a judge, sheriff and all of my utility. If the answer is, I wanna play a bit more passively, play with a team, you know, execute the side together, light shield, vandal, with maybe 1 more TP or flash. Done. Like, how the fuck are we playing Ares with a light shield?
I need a drop.
Пожалуйста. Еще разок.
Чувствую себя мусором, не знаю.
Okay.
Забей. Я, может, под конец...
Okay, so they didn't buy him a gun. No problem. No problem. Stinger, shorty, judge, sheriff. We're going for some aggro play. Or light shield vandal. Sell the utility.
Сообщу одну интересную штуку, блядь, вообще все охуеете, блядь. Кто вообще все русские или, блядь, нет?
Victim wins are not looking.
Нет, там, по-моему, Yoru нет.
Let's see one thing.
Вообще все русские или, блядь, нет?
Did he press the tab anywhere?
Not looking.
Нет, там, по-моему, Yoru нет.
Ah, fuck me in the ass, man. I need to
Not looking.
Нет.
hit the perfect timing for that.
Ё-
Okay. So, in this round, enemies have a very poor economy. So, enemies have only 3 guns. Actually, you know, this is okay. Basically, in this round, I would definitely go on the A set again. Because their A pushes worked much better than when they were pushing the B side. So, since enemies actually have the money to buy everything, I would just go A side. When you notice that your teammates don't know how to push certain side or certain area of the map, fuck it. Use it as a, you know, use it when you, if you fake the A side, go B side. Or use the B side to fake A side push. And that's it. Now, another rule that I need to give you for solo queue, especially for the map on as bind. Defaulting in Valorant is only good. So, playing default. When playing default is good. When you have absolutely no idea what to do next, or you want to catch one enemy off guard for an easy kill, numbers advantage. So basically, in Valorant, you only want to default when you notice that enemies are very repetitive on a defender side, and you notice that enemies essentially are repeating the same push over and over again. And you want to catch the enemies off guard yourself, punish one enemy, and then decide what to do next. If you tried every single strategy on that specific map, splitting B side, pushing B through the B long, pushing hookah through the pushing the B side through the hookah, splitting the A side, pushing A short S5, and nothing worked for you, which I highly doubt. That, you know, a certain push and a certain execute is not going to work for you, especially right now on the A set. I feel that, you know, you can easily get a kill in the lamps with a shorty stinger and shit like that, and a good execute. That is the only time when you should call for a default. But the more you default, especially on the maps such as bind, higher are the chances that your teammates are going to get punished and that you're going to lose the numbers. Because on the maps such as bind, every single choke point here, works in the favor of the enemies. That's why on this map is heavily defender side the map. The more you default, the lower chances you have to win a specific round or a specific match.
Ура!
Dinger, thank you all for the T1 sub, man.
Cutting through.
You know, this shit right here, this was a pure gamble. Like, both your Raze and Reyna could have been dead. They didn't really prove themselves as a good teammates. You know, we are losing 2-4 and they're not really the best players alive. And both of them could have been dead. And this was a complete 50-50 gamble. Okay. Okay, we know that both Cypher and Omen are the B players. So they're gonna be late on the rotation. Let's go in. Here I will be flashing in the side, teleporting on the side and going out. Omen is probably tower. Or site already. Fuck it. I just cannot believe that he's playing Ares on the on the attacker's side. With Yoru, bro. Would all this may be a good way to climb ranks compared to using Vandal and Phantom on full buy? I mean, I usually hate that type of shit. Like I never give the players that I'm coaching like some shortcuts, because in a long run that's bad. You know, like in a long run, yes, you can abuse a certain playstyle or a certain gun to a certain level, but what then? You know, you want to be Hearthstone and Immortal for the rest of your life?
Enemy remaining.
Это рядом Сайфер. Ламп.
Absolutely terrible position for this pulse plant. Our economy is shit. We need to save this gun. For the next round, we need to reposition. We need to do the teleport into the lamps, play safe, preserve the economy, make sure that we close this round in the easiest way possible. That is our next goal. Here, we can die from tower, we can die from CT in a 1v1 fight. That teleport is not good enough. I don't like this at all, man. Plus, the Cypher can come from the showers as well, like... Okay, he just saved. Yeah, let's dodge the nade. Listen, I need to emphasize one more time. If the enemies are eco, hull buy, bonus, they have very bad economy. And very bad econ weapons. Unbind. Call for the fireman, push long, please. Like, open the microphone, tell them, guys. We don't want to die from the shorty in the lamps, for the judge in the lamps, from the bucky in the lamps, from the, I don't know, some charlatan omen setup in the smoke, shit like that. Fireman, be long, smoke the hookah, smoke the city, fight for the elbow, fight for the site. Done.
Можно идти отсюда на Б быстрее. Сайпер тут.
Не Рейна.
What was that teleport?
Можно идти отсюда на Б.
I guess it was a misclick. Happens, I guess. Like, I mean, it must have been a misclick. There's no way he wanted to kill.
Сайпер тут.
Не Рейна.
Cutting through.
Personally, listen, if enemies are spamming some kind of a smoke in a position where they can easily find you, like, just reposition. Fuck it. You know, here, let's see what is the main mistake here. Okay, listen. Whenever your teammates are pushing something in Valorant, especially in the low and medium ranks, below Immortal 3, basically. So, whenever your teammates are pushing something below Immortal 3, make sure that you're pushing faster than them. Why? To jump spot the enemies. Because below Immortal 3, like, that is the mechanic that players are underusing the most. Most of the players that I am coaching, what I see is they're just gonna go for this type of a swing. This is a fucking suicide. Enemies can be there. What the fuck are we doing? If my Reyna is already pushing this, Astra is here. I dodged the raise nade. Cypher is there. Now I can fuck up the Cypher with a proper cross replacement, with a peeker's advantage, and delete him from this map. Or I can do a clone. He shoots the clone, and now my teammates are living a happy and safe life. Then preparing a TP setup for this, waiting for the teleport to go there, dropping a pop flash to this position, and killing this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy.
Enemy spotted.
And also, I've noticed one more thing that you're doing very bad with Yoru. Like, you need to do your utility with a jiggle throw. And a lot of times when you're deploying your Yoru clone, you don't need to deploy it like this. You know? You can just deploy it like this. It's fine. You know, and like, trust me, in the lobbies below Immortal 3, players are shooting everything that is moving. They see a fly, poo poo poo. They see Sova drone, pa 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 pa. They see a clone, pa 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 pa. Like, they only see blood. They're very scared, they're anxious, they are under pressure of ranking up and stuff like that. Like, that is why in my Unranked to Immortal series, I'm not using fake clones, and I'll probably never use fake clones. Fake clones can work in Radiant lobbies, where players have the aim discipline and they're actually using their brain, which makes them easier to be outplayed, to be honest. But in these lobbies, players are just shooting everything. Like, they're trying to shoot the sky flash. You cannot shoot the sky flash. So, here, it's absolutely fine to do a clone like this, and then peek after the clone. It's totally fine to do a clone like this, and then peek after the clone. And when you're already when you already want to deploy your utility around the corners, do it with a jiggle throw. Do it like this. Do it like this. Like, you're spending way too much time looking at the enemies with your utility out. Just look at this.
Enemy spotted.
He was holding this for 1.5 seconds, looking at the cipher and death in the eyes.
Enemy spotted.
Cutting through.
Yeah, let's move back to this position. Here we teleport back. We need to TP back. We need to TP. Our teammates are pushing B side. We cannot trust them with anything. If they lose the spike, you're absolutely fucked. This can work. What he is doing right now, this can work, but this is still platinum elo. I don't know, man. He has a potential here to get like I don't know, 1, 2, 3 kills, but it's hard. It's really fucking hard.
Мать ебал его, блядь.
Spike down.
Стенка
B.
юзались.
That is why I prioritize playing with my teammates. Like literally, you cannot trust them in this elo, in any elo before Immortal 3.
Стенка очень
Just like that.
хуйня.
We cannot hold our knife out. One enemy could have pushed B short. Your teammates didn't clear the B short. We need to be aware of that. When should Yoru lurk on one side and send a TP to where your teammates are if you think you can get an easy kill, because enemies are very repetitive on a defender side, and if your 5-man pushes are not working. If your teammates are passive but bad, or your executes are not working, fuck it, then do something alone. But usually, there's something that you can change in your executes and team play to make the pushes work, actually. Now, one more thing that I want to say for the Yoru specifically. So we discussed the fake clone. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll leave that till later.
Seconds left.
In a 5v4 situation, it's better to play with teammates than try to make the numbers advantage disappear. Yes. On the attacker side, yes, definitely. 5v4 is same as 5v5. Like, basically, enemies cannot stack a site. You're still gonna be pushing against, maximum 4 enemies on some side. You can play a refrag game. But if you're 5 versus 3, then you should do 3 versus 5. Then you should definitely try to do something alone and try to make the numbers disappear.
Reloading.
Да, Йоргу.
When it comes to his mechanical skill, brother, you need to do something in terms of your crosshair placement. A lot of times your crosshair placement is either way too high, way too low, and you need to develop a bit more discipline in your shoot. Like, you're always firing your shots before your crosshair is ready for the enemies. Go into the custom server, develop some crosshair placement lineups, or just practice it. Go in a deathmatch, done.
Last player standing.
Момент отрубать, чтоб, короче, не посередине плента, а хотя бы вот так в начале.
In this round, his teammates are full buying. He has only a shorty. I will still buy a heavy shield. Why? So we have the ultimate. We have a shorty and a heavy shield. Enemies are full buy. If I kill an enemy with a shorty and my ultimate, I get a free gun. And now I'm playing a full buy round with a numbers advantage, 5 versus 4.
Отрубать, чтоб основании очковали выходить.
Time to jump. Our spike carrier is
На
dead.
нахуй, двоебу.
Listen. Listen, guys. Whenever you have the Yoru ultimate in the lobbies below Immortal 3, instantly tell your teammates, first of all, hey guys, let's execute B, let's execute A. Now, whatever you decide to execute, it doesn't matter. And before your teammates even peek some kind of an angle, use the ultimate immediately, pressure the enemies, ping them, reveal them, give the info to your teammates. Hey guys, one is here, one is there. Destroy one enemy, take the gun, apply the pressure onto the rest of the enemies, allow your teammates to push in safely. Yoru ultimate is usually a free bomb site. And play together with your teammates. What the fuck are we doing in the B short right now?
Spike down A.
Две пули, двоебу, а тебе.
I mean,
I'll handle this.
sometimes seeing you rank this shit with the language barrier, it's absolutely fine. I understand. You know, I've got Radiant in EU 19 times, like, and I absolutely understand that. That's why you need to observe what the fuck are your teammates doing. Like, basically, in Europe, like, you're acting like a babysitter. And that's why your positioning, your executes, your strategies, your tactics, everything needs to be perfect. So that you can babysit your allies. Like, when I'm playing my solo queue matches, I'm observing more what the fuck my teammates are doing rather than what I should do. And what the enemies are doing. Like, here, if I see 4 of my teammates are starting towards the A short, I immediately pre-assume, okay, we are pushing A side. They don't want to play with me. They don't want to communicate with me. Fine. I'm using the ultimate, deleting the enemy raise, picking up her gun, and pushing the A side. Even if that is maybe not the best idea ever, for some reason.
Careful here. Decoy. I'm back. Yeah.
He waited too much time. He waited too much time. Like, basically, listen, here, in this example. As soon as he ended in this close range fight, I would have instantly pulled out the fake out and the shorty. This is such an easy kill. Like, you don't want to allow the enemies to bunny hop away from you or to disappear somewhere. Like, this is the perfect moment of time to get a kill. Whenever enemies are in these claustrophobic areas of the maps and corners, instantly hold the fake out in your hands, deploy it, shorty out. This is a kill.
Careful.
Here, even without the fake out, if you're bunny hopping around the race, easy kill. Do you have the same amount of Yoru executes compared to Omen Jet executes and outplays? Not yet. But I am gonna have like even more than that. I think with Yoru I'm gonna have like 30% more executes and outplays.
Careful here. Decoy. I'm back. Yeah.
I mean, I would have picked up the spike there because only God knows what's going to happen after this. How do you deal with the headphone here? I don't have it. I only have a... I don't really have a dent. It's only because my hair is very fucking long. And by the way, you don't see all of my hair because of the green screen. My hair is really fucking long. Green screen is cutting like half of my hair, basically. Like, I don't know.
Here.
Get out of here. Ciao.
Заходите.
Zahlicha! This is why he should have picked up the spike. You know, like, we cannot leave the spike there because only God knows what's gonna happen now. After we didn't get that kill on Raze, you know, so what? I'm playing Yoru, pick up the spike, we're pushing, doing something. What I think Okay, now when I'm done with that, what do you think is the best ways to improve as a Yoru player besides just playing him and experimenting? Custom server practice. Basically, when I was learning the Omen, I spent more time in a custom server than in ranked solo queue. When I was learning the Jet, I spent more time in a custom server than in ranked solo queue. Essentially, your executes, your idea how you want to push the sites needs to be perfect. And you need to have an answer for every single scenario that you play. VOD reviews, custom server practice. VOD reviews, custom server practice. And playing 2-3 matches per day. And trying to perfect everything to perfection. You know, and just through trial and error, you're adjusting your settings and strategies based on how many times they worked. Like, the main thing that Valorant players don't realize is what is good, bad, and optimal shit in Valorant. Because Valorant is the game of scenarios. The more scenarios you understand how to play, the game becomes boring. It's like playing a game of chess where you need to think 2 steps ahead. But a lot of the players, first of all, they stick to playing only one agent, and they never develop their game knowledge on other characters. Like, I'm able to outplay the enemies with Jett and Omen, because first of all, I understand what is good, bad, and optimal setup for these 2 characters. And the second reason is, I have so much game knowledge on other agents as well, that I can instantly pre-assume for what type of a play they're gonna go, based on the agent that has, you know, enemies have on the opposite side. Like, you can not only, yes, first of all, you should learn how and master your main character, but then you should move on, you know, expand your brain. Game knowledge is everything in this game.
One enemy remaining.
Now, this teleport here that he deployed was a death sentence. You know, like, basically, if I'm playing operator here with a shorty, I don't know why the fuck would I, you know, deploy the teleport for the backside? I'm not gonna teleport there, hopefully. I don't know, in this scenario, I would have probably just put a TP towards the lamps, and then with the flash and a teleport, I can maybe kill potential enemy in the lamps, or something like that, but, or I can reposition after taking the shot on tower, and then from the second, you know, like, basically, I'm here, my raise is pushing the site. I can do this teleport, go for this kill, instantly TP away, go for this kill. Then with a shorty, play this.
Remaining.
Where is everyone hiding?
Он все дальше там стоит.
Holy fuck, enemy Cypher is all the way on B side.
Planted the spike.
Okay, listen, guys. In the post plans, play as aggressive as your most aggressive teammate is playing, and make sure that you're ready to refrag him. Here, I would have played a bit more aggro, because if Raze dies, I don't know what to say.
Portal closed.
Okay, now that she's not playing aggro, I would just hold some kind of, like, some, okay. Also, this angle with operator is not really the best idea. You know, one of the best off angles that you can hold for the CT is the bench. I've never seen some players below Immortal 1 have a good crosshair placement for this. I would just hold this headshot position, delete one enemy there, and that's it. If that enemy is aggressing me, I can go for some kind of a flash there, then peek from the left side and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, that angle there is very dangerous, especially with 45 HP. You're gonna die like a potato. If you play controller, what kind of agent would you choose for second main? Duelist. If you're playing Omen, I would always choose the Jett. Or Phoenix, or Jett, actually. I wish I had a main agent. I have to feel so much. That's the worst thing you can do, like, in Valorant ranked solo queue, below Immortal 3. Like, you should never be filling. You should have, like, 2 agents that you master, 2 secondary characters that you play, based on the maps that you're playing, and based on what you really need to fill, and that's it. Like, the worst thing you can do up to Immortal 3 is, like, play, I don't know. On Tracker GG, you have, like, 20 agents that you play. So a good way to start is by recording a few games and watching them back, and see where I can do better, as well as how I can play the scenarios differently than practicing custom server. Yes, Sirski. Is it okay to master just Viper for Breeze and Omen? It's fine. But I usually recommend players like, you know, you should have 2 main characters and 2 alternative characters as well, up to Immortal 3. So you learn that game a bit deeper, you know, like, yes, you can play Omen and Viper only, but it's good to develop a game knowledge on something else as well, like, you know, Jet, Raze, some Initiator maybe, etc, etc.
My ult's ready.
Sorry guys, Valorant indie dev company, you know?
Don't stop fighting. You must keep going. Even
Да ты уёбок, что с вандалом? В смысле, блядь? Че за нахуй мем?
Что за нахуй мем?
you died.
Okay, fine.
John. Never show weakness. Ever.
Отлично.
When you play as a duo, who do you think is the best agent to play together? Duelist Initiator, Duelist Controller. This is not gonna be a good fake out. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, that was fine.
Cutting through.
Grenade! Okay. Blocking vision.
Сайт пуст.
Actually, this push is really fucking good. They didn't push through the hookah. They smoked the hookah and CT. This was almost perfect. The only problem that I have with his, you know, like, setup is that, you know, if you have an operator, save that teleport for some better days, you know.
Не зря мы сюда пошли.
My broski, I mean, if listen, guys, when you're pushing through some area of the map that nobody cleared, and you didn't clear that angle, behave towards that position like the enemies can be there, and that enemies will be there. Like here, we didn't check the elbow. Nobody knows. God, me, you, my teammates, if an enemy is in the elbow right now. They can be in the hookah, definitely. But right now, we need to check this angle properly with the operator. I cannot run out with a knife.
Will not kill my allies.
Oh, yeah, enemy can be on the right side as well.
Охуеть. А почему не рыгает? Хука долбоёб.
In this scenario, like, what he should have done is basically like just clear the elbow. You know, first of all, raise enemy. You know, our raise, clear the site. I would have been focusing myself on clearing the elbow, every single angle, one at a time. Maybe pop flashing this, and then clearing these positions, clearing that spot, this spot, getting a bit more aggro in the CT to jump spot the enemies and see where they are, and then maybe I can surprise them with some op peek, get an easy kill, and that's it.
You're done.
Кепнулись двое.
Killed their cipher.
Nice shot, nice shot.
Portal closed.
Встречный
Cutting through.
оператор.
Here, I will still clear the CT. I mean, we have no idea where is the raise. And, you know, this is mega dangerous. Mega dangerous. That was mega dangerous.
Cutting through.
Оператор.
Also, listen guys, you really need to learn how to hold the angles as tight as your reaction time allows you. Basically, in a game of Valorant, especially when you have the numbers advantage, you always want to hold the angles as narrow as your reaction time allows you. So you have a higher chances of survival, but with getting a potential kill. Like if I'm playing an operator, I'm not gonna hold a window like this ever in my life. I'm three versus 2. Basically, I'm holding that position like this. Placing my crosshair for the widest peak of the enemies. If enemies go for the jiggle peak, bam. If enemies go for the wide peak, I'm catching them on my crosshair and deleting them. And instantly repositioning myself with the knives out around the cover. Like, holding this angle, if you miss the shot, there is much higher chances that you're gonna die after missing the shot. Plus, the crosshair placement, you know, with op, we're always aiming at the enemy's body level. Like, there's literally no reason to go for the headshot. No reason at all.
Enemy remain.
Long. Арки вандал. Не знаю, что он на английском понимает.
Bro, what the fuck? Why are these guys not buying him, man? Ask for the weapon. Ask for the drop. If your teammates don't buy you in the last 3 seconds of the round starting, then buy something. Bro, like your team's economy is yours economy is your team's economy. Like, we're all queuing the match to win the match, man. What the fuck is this bullshit?
То, что он с Узбекистана, не знаю, что он на английском понимает.
Are they joking on him that he's from Uzbekistan? Are these guys mentally ill?
Is that loose?
What the fuck, bro? But these... Listen, man, like fuck the Ares, please, like, I know that weapon is very easy to be used in platinum, gold, and silver, but, you know, here, if I didn't have money to buy, first of all, how much economy we have? How many credits? Wait, what the fuck?
Thank you.
I need a drop.
He had 6,400 credits, man. Listen, bro. If your teammates are already not buying for you, buy the gun for yourself, buy the heavy shield, buy the utility, and then if you have the credits, drop for your teammate. Especially if your teammates are this mentally ill. I would rather trust myself to win a specific match and round than trusting these idiots. Since they are already the friends and making the jokes out of you, they can buy each other's out. Don't buy them. Fuck you then. You know, like they have... Look how much money they have. Anyways,
Thank you.
after buying that gun for the Reyna, you should have bought a light shield with a Vandal and not Ares with a heavy shield.
Не знаю.
Or buying a heavy shield Stinger and Shorty and going for some aggro outplay. Oh! We have 2 weapons.
Меня просто пикает при этом. Я даже не видела, ладно.
Okay, Sage did a wall. Listen, when you hear the Sage wall in the showers, especially when the Sage has the operator, be aware that she can play from top of the wall and destroy you. Like basically, if she does the deep wall here, she can play this off angle and completely annihilate you with the operator. So whenever you hear the Sage wall in the showers, place your crosshair up here and clear this angle up there.
Reloading.
Okay, let's push B. Okay, I loved it a lot. Do you think it is worth it to try and learn Yoru in Platinum rank, or do you think it's better to learn other agents first? I think that it is not worth learning Yoru up to maybe Ascendant and Immortal. I would much rather focus on Omen, Raze, and Jet if I was you. Guys, chill with the war comments, you know, I know, like, I have my opinions as well, but, you know, it's Valorant here.
Time to jump.
Also, one thing that I really hate when you're pushing the sites is that you need to change your executes based on what it is required from you to do in a specific round. Usually when you're pushing the B side, your teleport should end up here, 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 or here. Like your first job when you're pushing the B side is making sure that we are clearing the site and allowing our teammates to live a happy life. So instead of doing this TP setup, you know, dropping the TP there, I will do it in the site because I don't know how many enemies are on the site. Doing the flash here, teleporting after the flash pops, clearing this angle, making the sandwich out of the enemies, and then we can maybe extend our push towards the CT and do something. Like, fight every single part of the map. You should fight as a segments. So basically, we have a sector 1 that we're clearing, which is usually some kind of a main area of the map. Then we have the sector 2 that we are clearing for our teammates, which is this area of the map on bind. Then we have the sector 3, which is our third priority, which is the site. Then we have the sector 4, which is basically the elbow. And then we can maybe go for some aggro peek and aggro fight in the CT position. You cannot instantly go CT. You cannot go instantly CT because then you're trusting your teammates to not die while they're pushing the site.
Spike down B.
Oh, that was a good teleport, man. Did they even hear it? Yeah, they heard it. Okay, we don't have time for this. Whenever you're going out of the smoke with the Yoru, pop flash in the ground and that's it. Flash. Yeah, we need to flash and go. He needed to go out here. Like, basically, especially in this scenario where he was... basically, there's like... you know, 30 seconds on the clock. As soon as the Omen gave him the smoke, I would have done a pop flash like this. Clear this position, this position, this position. Second flash. And then try to clear the window and go out. Like, we don't have time. We have 10 seconds.
Okay.
10 seconds left.
For the first time ever, his teammates were right. He needed to go for the play there. I think that was an easy win with the pop flashes.
Can I get a drop?
I will find you.
Уйдите, не стопьте меня, блядь.
Okay. Listen, from now on, when your teammates are pushing any main area of the map, so we're pushing A site, C site of Lotus, go in front of them, jump spot the angles, send the fake out if you think that your teammates are gonna die, and this allow your teammates to be mentally retarded players that are peeking the main areas of the maps like they are. Or get ready to refrag them. We cannot peek this area of the map like this. It's impossible. You're just relying on your mechanical skill. Tracking, reaction time, and flicking to kill the enemies. And this fight is working in the favor of the enemies. Whenever we are pushing through some main area of the map, we need to apply 4 rules. Rule number 1. If we are making the sound, we're going for the jump spot, revealing the enemies, and then fighting the enemies with a proper crosshair placement, movement, and positioning. Rule number 2. We're using some kind of a piece of utility to clear the enemies, push them back, or reveal them. Yoru clone, pop flash, anything. Rule number 3. We're cutting the pie. If we're going slow and going in and out, 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 in and out. Rule number 4. If you don't have time to do any of this, our monkey teammates that are pushing in front of us, we need to be ready to refrag them. So I need to be ready right at the butthole of my teammates. So when they get in a fight, I can go in a fight as well and instantly go for a refrag. Your team play is 0.
Флешку ебанство, блядь. Надо флешку кидать выше. Либо ниже, но лучше выше.
Bro, this Russian guy is really giving me the flashbacks from Counter-Strike 2, you know? Russian, Ukrainian, I don't know what he is. interesting. I mean, like, you know, when you're playing the shorty, you cannot really pick up this fight here. Like, just remember the effective range of the shorty is 0 to 5 meters. If you're not 0 to 5 meters away from an enemy, don't even pull it out. Here, it would have been 10 times better if you just had a Vandal in his hands.
Use ult, Cypher.
Where is everyone hiding?
Nice flash. Okay. Whenever enemies are split apart, and you're 2 versus 2, in this example. So basically, Cypher. Oh, no, where the fuck are we, bro? Is it this round? No, it's the next round. So here. So, we're 2 versus 2. We know that the Sage is on the bomb site. We know that the Cypher is behind us. Your primary job is to isolate one fight as soon as possible. And to fall down onto one enemy ASAP. It doesn't matter in this scenario if it is Cypher or Sage. Probably Sage would be a bit better because if we kill her, we have the full site open. But staying here and doing nothing is the worst thing you can do. You're allowing the enemies to connect with each other, to play with your mind, and you're losing the valuable information, and you're just stupid. So instantly tell your teammates, push the Cypher, push the Sage, I don't know, like, give them some info, or play with them.
Let's go side A.
Yes, let's go site A.
У Yoru есть флешка, под флешку можете вылететь.
Cutting through.
Jump spot.
Last player standing.
I got the
Spike.
spike.
Jump spotting needs to be a bit better, that's not really good.
Down A.
Yeah, but like, listen, if you already know that the Sage is with the operator in the short, you send the teleport. Pop flash, teleport. What's the problem? You need focus also on utility usage a bit more. Like, I feel that you're not using your utility to create easier fights for yourself. Every single fight that you fought, not every, but majority of the fights that you fought were just a 50-50 fights, bro. Like, I mean, you can play Reyna like that or ISO.
Самое простое, что это дать клона, и вторую это вот флешку с коробки. Ослепить этих дебилов. Я просто выйду, пикну, там посмотрим.
Okay, listen. So in the first round with Yoru, same as with any other agent, on bind I would play in the hookah in the first round and try to outplay the enemies here. If you have someone to bait for you, you can play a classic pistol shorty here, and basically just buy a classic light shield and a shorty. If you don't have anyone to bait for you, then I would not buy a shorty. I will play just a classic light shield and one fake out and one flash. So if you're playing alone in the hookah, in the first round, I would just go for a clone here, play this position, and try to outplay the enemies with a clone, and try to kill them when they shoot a clone. If you have someone to bait for you, just play a classic pistol shorty, wait for the enemies to come, ba. But whatever the fuck you're doing, in the first round of bind, I recommend you to position the teleport like this. So this is the lineup for the A site. So when there is like 8 seconds left on the clock for the timer, you drop the TP like this. And that TP will fly all the way here, and then grind the wall, and all the way into the backside there. So you will be absolutely ready to support your teammates on the A site if the enemies are pushing the site. Your TP in the first round cannot go in the CT. Like, when there's like 7-8 seconds left on the clock, we're dropping this and then positioning somewhere on the B side.
Я, конечно, могу задохнуть, но похуй. Да, есть хука, быстрее, давай. Делай, что я тебе говорю.
Decoy.
Long.
Okay, listen, man. Like, if enemies are already not pushing hookah and you're playing this strategy,
Portal closed.
pick up the classic pistol as soon as possible.
Reloading.
Фука. Ой, фу, этот. Лонг.
And in this scenario, I would have actually teleported towards the CT. Because I have 3 teammates coming through the hookah, we need to apply some pressure through the CT. Like, we cannot, you know, we cannot basically fight the enemies only through hookah. Here, I would have, like, as soon as I saw 3 of my teammates teleporting, I would have teleported into the CT and just, with a classic pistol, go for some retake. You know, like, we can position our TP for the backside here. Then, go for some pop flash where our teammates are going out. And then, teleport out and that's it. Or, we can basically position our TP towards the backside here. Go for some flash play. And fight the enemies as our teammates are going out. Like, I don't know, this is gonna be really fucking hard, like,
Portal
Enemy
closed.
spotted B. Reloading. Taking that back.
Хуя.
Spike
Типы.
planted. One enemy remaining.
Деф.
Reloading.
okay. I mean, it's not that he did some kind of a good play here. It's more that the enemies did a bad play, you know? And enemies, one more tip. Sorry, I totally forgot about this. Like, so you already decide to play a classic pistol shorty strategy here. And you have a second teleport. Before the enemies even have the chance to get into the site, replace this teleport.
Cutting through.
Because if the enemies smoke you here, you can easily go for the flash like this, from this position, and then teleport in this corner. Killing the enemies here, here, and getting ready to fuck up enemies on site. This is one of the safest positions where you can teleport with Yoru. Especially if you have some kind of a pop flash for the site, this and this corner. Just a second. Where the fuck did I go, man? Bro, it's already 2 hours, man. I just finished.
Spike
I ju-
planted.
I just finished.
Reloading.
What's happening with the...
Ой, фу, этот.
the attacker's side?
Лонг.
Portal
Enemy
closed.
spotted B. Reloading. Taking that back. Reloading.
How did the ISO to reading go? We basically like quit that series until like ISO gets buffed a bit. I cannot recommend you to play ISO, and that's why, you know.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, good first round.
Подойди вам.
Now listen, guys. Like whenever you're playing a second round in Valorant, so you're playing a anti-eco round, always make sure that you have a heavy shield, unless you save the light shield from the first round. And on bind, the best second round weapon is either Stinger and Shorty, Spectre, or Judge. Oh, what the fuck is this, bro? Bap.
Спасибо. Айфер, губи.
Time to jump.
Listen, Bucky, I don't know what to tell you about Bucky. Like, literally, it's a bit of a risky weapon. It's a hit or miss, you know, like shotgun, and I don't like it these days. I feel that if you already save a ghost from the first round, just go with the Judge, because with the Judge you can win the third round, you can win the fourth round, like you can secure the second round. Like, go with the Judge and heavy shield. Ooh, yo. I like that pop flash a lot, man. That was fucking good, bro. But, you know, to be honest, in this round, there is no reason to pick the enemies. We have the Bucky, we should be fighting, you know, some smarter fights.
No chance.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, to be honest, this was his best round. I just recommend you, man, if you always save the ghost in the first round and you're playing the second round of Bind and you win the first round, go with the Judge, Heavy Shield, or Heavy Shield Stinger. Like, Bucky is really... I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I would rather have a shorty than Bucky in my hands, to be honest. It's a good it's a good hull by an equal round weapon in some scenarios and some rounds, but not in a second round. Okay, so 2 times in a row enemies push the B site. So now there is a high chance that enemies are gonna push A site because they failed 2 times in a row on B. You need to change this teleport for the CT. Like, this TP needs to go somewhere else. Like, it should go either on tower or on, like, this is the teleport
Cutting through.
for the backside,
Here. Fake teleport.
and this should be the teleport for the
Jump.
tower, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just see if this actually works. Yeah, this is the tower teleport. So it needs to be a bit deeper so that you're ready, you know, to play with your teammates. Okay, good off angle. Listen, guys. If you're holding some kind of an off angle, rule number 1. When you're playing on the elevated positions, you're always playing the bottom edge of that elevated position like this and riding that spot. Why? So that if you get flashed, more than one enemy peeks you. Gunfight is not going in your favor. You can drop out with a knife down and reposition safely without risking some stupid fight. Second rule, never do some shit like this. Like micro movements that are basically repositioning your head for 1 centimeter. You're not a harder target to hit. It is just distracting you, number 1. Number 2, fucking up your crosshair placement. Number 3, fucking up your movement as well. Like, if you already want to move in order to counter the enemies, Peeker's advantage, or some kind of an advantage, it needs to be a consecutive silent step. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It cannot be something like this. It doesn't mean shit. It's just, it is better for you to hold this angle like this, fully focused, rather than doing some shit like that. Just a second, I have a coaching session, I just forgot. I need to tell the guy I'm a bit late. Just a second. Just to finish the VOD review on stream.
Cutting through.
And as I said, if you have a close range weapon, send your teleport here with the lineup that I've showcased you. If you need to support your teammates on site, if you have a long range weapon, teleport on the tower. Your TP cannot be in the city.
Reloading. Spike planted.
Cypher, wait till they go.
Ooh. Bro, listen. Listen. If enemies already destroy your fake out and you're not ready to pick them when they're flashed, use your flash. Like, basically, a lot of times, since, you know, in these rounds, you're dying because you're not using your utility enough. You're not engaging the enemies with a pop flash. So here, if I'm retaking the A side and they already destroy my fake out here and I'm here, they're not gonna be flashed as I go for the peak. So I need to do some kind of a pop flash like this and like this to push them back, and then I'm gonna be peeking them.
Find them. Drop. Time to jump. Yeah. Time to jump.
That teleport is poo-poo caca.
My old friend.
Okay.
I know exactly where you are.
Out of charges. Portal closed.
Bro, like, oof, you have so many of these micro mistakes, like when it comes to your positioning, utility users. Like the fights that you're taking are not the smart fights. Those are not the fights that work in your favor. Like here, for an example. Okay, so we were retaking the A site, and going for this spam was okay. You know, he could have found a kill. The more things you try in a game of Valorant is better for you. Now, remember, whenever you're defending a site, pushing the site, playing the postman, playing the retake, your highest priority is playing with a teammate that has the highest chances of dying at that moment of time. In this moment of time, Reyna is pushing the lamps. You should be playing with a Reyna, not with a Cypher that has the full setup for the showers and for the site, and not with a Raze. They can play together. So here, I would have been pushing through the lamps, using the pop flashes and shit to fuck up the enemies that are going through the short. Now, when the Reyna already died,
I know
and we were left in a 2v2 scenario here, and we knew that a Cypher is in the lamps, we should have aggressed that Cypher with a shorty. Fine, that's good. But we cannot push here, you know, with a shorty like this and go for a jiggle pick. It's a suicide, especially with 60 HP. We need to go for one pop flash, and that's how I would have closed the gap. Flash, bunny hop, that's it. Aha, enemy is not here. Let's go for another flash, peeking this and this angle, jump spotting the enemy. Aha, Cypher is there, no problem. I can ride a wall, delete that enemy, get the fuck back. That's how you should have moved in this area of the map, in this specific example.
Out of charges. Portal closed.
Use your utility. Use your utility to close the gap with the enemies. You know, use the flashes. I don't know what to tell you about the Bucky. Like, I feel that if you already want to play Bucky, it's better for you to play shorty. I don't know. With a heavy shield. And when you're playing with a shotgun in the hookah, I heavily recommend you to combine the fake out with the position that you're playing. So basically, if I want to play here, I'm definitely going to put my fake out here, so that when enemies are pushing in, I can play on that contact, you know? I can do this, and then bap. Or, if I'm playing there, I can do this, and then bam. And also, one more good setup, when you're playing in the hookah with a shotgun, is besides combining this shit with your positioning, send the teleport there at the start of the round. And then, when the enemies are pushing in, we can do this. Bam. Then, pop flash the enemies. Here. Go for the TP. Bam. Bam. And take maybe 1, 2, 3 kills with a Bucky. Now listen, whenever you're playing a close-range weapon in Valorant, such as Bucky, such as Shorty, such as Judge, whenever you anticipate that the enemies are pushing through the choke point, you should be peeking them and countering their movement with yours. So here, if I'm playing with a Bucky, for an example, and I saw the tip of the gun there, That's it. That is my calling. Like, I would just do this and go on the enemy's face. Like, you cannot stand on this position and, you know, pray to God that you're gonna kill that guy. Like, with the shotguns, it's always better to move a bit, you know, jump onto the enemy's faces, be a, you know, harder target to kill and so on. Anyways, I don't know what to tell you about the bug kill. Like, if you're already buying a bug kill, it's better for you to buy a stinger and just buy maybe a shorty. I don't know.
Cutting through.
That teleport is shit again. Okay, we're playing alone on the beast, so we need to play a bit more passively. Cyberviz, what's you, man?
My ult's ready. Here.
Spike down A.
Time to jump.
Listen. Whenever you're coming into an unknown territory, basically, so we left the... Nobody was playing hookah at the start of the round. You were playing long, and then you teleported. We have no idea if the Cypher is playing with the enemy team. So essentially, like, you know, here I would have had my gun out, because one enemy can be in the window, and not only that, I would have jump spotted this angle. So, I started in the long. I did my lineup for some teleport on tower or here. And I teleported. If I'm coming back into the site, I'm gonna jump spot this, and with a gun out, clear these positions, jump spot the long, and then position myself somewhere. And once again, I would have just sent my teleport
Cutting through.
somewhere towards the A site. So if I'm in some kind of a fucked up scenario, I can rotate. Or if my teammates are in some kind of a fucked up scenario, I can rotate immediately again. I don't know, it's very dangerous that he has a gun out here. Oh, knife out.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, his team has dealt with enemies. Now, in this round, once again, we can apply the rule of fear. You know, in the last few rounds, enemies were following the ABAB rule. In the chat, you can type exclamation mark ABAB. Actually, exclamation mark AB rule. And also, enemies are following the rule of fear. Exclamation mark rule of fear. And basically, like, you know, right now, the highest chances are that enemies are going to push the B side. So essentially, right now, enemy Omen has a teleport. And because he has a teleport, I would pre-assume that he's going to TP into the elbow. And that is why, in this round, at the start, I would position my TP right here. And I would play in the hookah, probably, with my clone and shit. You know, waiting for the enemies to push me, then using a clone to try to fuck them up. But as soon as the Omen teleports, I will do this to counter his teleport and to support my teammates. And then I will send a second TP somewhere.
Time to jump.
Like, I love to send it there. So that when enemies are pushing through the site, I can just pop flash them, go for the TP, and fuck them up together with my teammates.
Time to jump.
Or we can play in long.
Enemy spotted.
Oh, this reposition was very dangerous.
I know exactly where you are.
Don't, man, if you're getting revealed, you know, get the fuck out, you know, get behind some kind of a real cover. Like, this whole tube area of the map is fully spammable. And whenever Cypher, you know, reveals you, get the fuck out from that position. Like, basically, you know, even if you're standing here, enemies can still spam you through this shit. Not worth it, man. Like, you should instantly get behind the site and play a bit more passively and try to fuck up the enemies with the pop flashes and just destroy them.
Spike down B.
And also, like, one golden rule of Valorant is, like, whenever you do some kind of a fight from a certain position, instantly reposition yourself to some other spot. Like, it is pointless to engage the enemies from the same positions, from the same locations, from which you already fucked up one of the enemies. So after that fight with the Cypher, you should have just...
Portal closed.
Oh, that was a bit unlucky, man, but I don't know. Look, man, like, I don't know what to say there, literally.
Portal closed.
You know, after you saw that Omen teleporting, I would have swung I would have swung immediately to kill that Omen. Because if you wait for him to peek you, you're fucked. Because of the angle perception disadvantage, and because of the peeker's advantage. In a game of Valorant, you know, player that is moving is always in some kind of an advantage over the player that is standing still. So if you get in this type of fights, go for a swing, kill that guy, reposition. It's not worth waiting for him to peek you.
Player.
Needed.
Once again, shit teleport for the city.
Ай, мне яйца ломают.
Listen. When should you rotate? You should rotate if your teammates lose some important area of that specific map. Like on Bind. If the enemies are already in this sector. Or enemies are here. I'm rotating. If one of my teammates dies, I'm rotating as well. But if your teammates are living a happy life, they're stopping the enemy's push, they are successful, anchor the site. You don't need to make any moves yet, especially when you're playing Yoru, an agent that can do rotations like this.
Все, я убил двоих, главное жить.
Time to jump.
Они уходят.
Флешку дайте.
Here.
Fight with your teammate. Like, definitely, like, the thing that I hate the most is you need to pay more attention on fighting with your allies. And using their life to get easy kills and prioritizing team play a bit more. Like, a lot of times, either you bait the shit out of your teammates, you're not fighting with them, you're not pushing with them, you're not prioritizing the team play and refrag potential at all. Like, here, you jump on top of the boxes, wait for your raise to distract the enemy raise, pick the enemy raise, kill her, refrag your raise, done.
Хука, ну блять, алло. Йору.
Here,
One
as well, your Reyna teleports, fight with the Reyna.
enemy remaining.
And now, since the Reyna has the short control, we need to pay attention on the long.
Где он?
Omen can be long. Omen can be long. Omen can be long.
Let's...
Listen, man, based on your current gameplay, you're also one of the guys that I'm gonna give you some kind of a training for all of this shit. I'm not gonna give you any aim training routine. You require some kind of training. You know, like, you need to understand how much time you should spend on the VOD reviews, how to actually fix all of these problems. Your map awareness is also non-existent most of the times. First of all, number one recommendation, watch every single video that I've shared with you and every single video from the ranked playbook. Recommendation number two, focus more on the team play and please try to, like, you know, compensate for their mistakes a bit more. Recommendation number three, follow the training that I'm going to share with you for the next 2 to 3 months to the absolute core. Done. Let's see how they end the match. Like, aim is not the thing that is stopping you. Your cross replacement is fucked. Your angle clearing is not good enough. Your positioning is not good enough. Angles that you're peeking and holding is not good enough. Raw mechanical skill is fine for you. Reaction time, tracking, flicking, it's okay. But other things are suffering a lot.
Баня или фул Б? Баня или
Have we played games today with Yoru? Yes, like we won 3. We're 11-0 right now. Ascendant 1. And then please pay attention on these rotations. So, actually, it's okay that he rotated here, to be honest, because his race already pushed B short. It's okay.
David,
It's okay, it's okay. Now listen, when you have a shorty and a fake out with Omen, with the ultimate, primarily try to use the fake out to push the enemies. Don't use it for anything else. You know, to kill the enemies with a shorty. Like if I'm going for this retake, fuck the fake out. Like I'll be doing the teleport somewhere, maybe for the tower, doing the ultimate, clearing the lamps. One enemy is here. I can just do this, push out, kill this guy, done. Or I'm behind the enemy, and enemy's here. Easy kill.
Planted.
I'll return.
you will not kill my allies.
Portal closed. I'm back.
Last player standing.
What the fuck was that flash, man?
I'm back.
Listen, man, if you already have a shorty, and one enemy is stuck, this was such an easy kill. Okay,
Handle this. My ult's ready.
we don't have a fake out, but the raise is stuck there. We can bounce the flash from the sage wall, get out of the ultimate, pull out the shorty, delete that guy. Why complicate? What the fuck is this flash? What is this? The less you complicate in Valorant, the more success you're gonna find in ranked solo queue. Like that was such an easy kill with the shorty, and you are using shorty quite a lot. And I don't know why in that scenario you were like, nah, I'm not gonna use it now.
Player.
Ладно, я поняла.
I think, you know, when you're going for this flash here, I think that there is no reason to go for the second flash in these lobbies. I very rarely see, like in Platinum and Diamond lobbies, that people are actually turning away from the flashes. So, you know, like, that second flash is good in Radiant Heal and stuff like that, but here, I don't know. And also, if your teammate is already playing long, you should be doing, you know, the flash, pop flash for him instead. I don't know, like, I would tell that Raze, bro, I'm gonna pop flash you right now. You know, play somewhere, I don't know, play there. You drop a flash from here or some shit like that, and that's it.
Time to jump.
Listen, if you're playing on the A site, basically, you need to do, you know, a TP for the fast rotations on B site. The first teleport is here. You're aligned with this line here. Aim at it. Bam. The teleport is gonna ride the wall. Ba ba boo ba 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 boo ba ba ba. Go fast there. Go slow here, and it's gonna end up right there. That is the first one. Second one is we're starting here, lined with this line here. Ba ba boo ba ba ba. Then it's gonna go. It's gonna end up right there as well. Third one is basically, you know, making a small. I don't know how to explain. Just drop it there. Fuck it. Like, you know, like figure it out yourself. If you want to go into the CT. And the fourth one is in the middle here. Actually, you're not standing like that. Yeah, you're actually standing. Yeah, that's the one for the elbow. So, you know, the moral of the story is you need to have a on bind, you know, like you cannot just drop a teleport behind you. Like in the first 7 or 8 seconds of the round, you should be dropping some teleport for the, I don't know, like CT and for the CT for the opposite site, and then position yourself on the site where you want to play in that specific round. Because this teleport that you do here, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Let me start pushing B. We are very slow on a rotation.
Portal closed. Cutting through.
Spike down. B.
I know
Last
exactly.
player standing.
Бля, твои флешки, я тебе в очко долбил нахуй, сука, как же ты заебал меня флешем, блядь.
TP, 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 you have a TP? I don't know. First of all, you know, when he went for this retake, it's fine. You know, the teleport is fine, everything is fine.
Portal closed.
Here, when the portal goes closed and he was getting fucked by the enemies, sure. You know, he needed to go for the teleport in CT, but he needed to be a bit faster here.
Cutting through.
This was a bit lucky that he didn't die.
Spike down. B.
Now, going for that first flash was fine, but going for the second flash was not fine. He should have waited for the enemies to close the gap a bit with him, and then go for the flash and kill them with a stinger.
I know
Last
exactly.
player standing.
Бля, твои флешки, я тебе в очко долбил нахуй, сука.
Now, after he got revealed here,
Заебал меня флешем, блядь.
and he killed the Raze, he should have instantly teleported into the CT. Because staying in this position, you know, with the operator, not really the best idea ever. Plus, from the CT, he could have maybe killed the enemy Reyna. I don't know. Listen, man. So, this is the last thing I'm gonna explain because I'm dying, guys. Like, literally, my voice is dead. And this is the last round for us. I've seen enough of this gameplay and it's 2 hours already. Two and a half. So, you're playing with a Vandal, Light Shield, and Shorty in the window. You think enemies are gonna push the B side. So, there is 8 seconds on the clock. We're doing this lineup and positioning the TP for the tower. Going into the window right now, positioning the fake out for this position, holding this angle as tight as our reaction time allows us. Now, enemies are pushing us. We try to get a kill. We maybe get a kill, we maybe don't. It doesn't matter. Now, enemies are going into the window. We do a fake out. And as the enemies are pushing in, then we can maybe use a flash like this and try to kill them with a shorty. But if I already have a Vandal, why the fuck would I play this angle with a shorty and risk dying because I don't have maybe damage to kill the enemies here? Like, I would, you know, it doesn't make sense. If you already have a Vandal, like, what, you know, yes, you should buy the shorty as a primary, secondary weapon whenever you have money to afford it, but never sacrifice the heavy shield and never sacrifice utility for the shorty. Always make sure that you have a heavy shield, utility, and then you buy the shorty. It doesn't make sense to start the round by playing a shorty here.
Try the same old tricks.
And yeah, he should have bought a... Actually, he didn't have money for the heavy shield, I guess.
For me though, fool.
Here, imagine if he had a teleport for the tower. He would have been instantly ready to refrag the Astra. Like, whenever you have a long range weapon, like, you do that teleport. The best shit you can do, basically. And when the enemies, you know, are pushing onto the A site, if you think that your teammates are gonna die, you can instantly TP and be ready for a fight. To support your teammates.
Don't get it.
Easy kill.
Spike planted.
Time to jump.
That teleport is absolutely stupid again. Like the problem is that TP. Not only that it, like, first of all, we have our TPs, safe TPs, and we have the aggressive TPs. Like, that TP is not aggressive and it is not safe. And it's not a rotation TP. A TP is nothing. If you teleport there, you're probably dead. Like, in this scenario, we're either placing the teleport back for the lamps and just placing it here.
Back soon.
So after we get in some fight, we can get the fuck out. Or we're placing some aggro TP to outplay the enemies. Like, basically, we can just do a teleport like this.
Cutting through.
It's gonna go all the way into the short, ba-ba-boo, ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-boo, ba-ba-ba, and we can go for some kind of an aggro play. Or play with the enemy's mind. When the TP is maybe grinding in the wall,
Cutting through.
you know, TP is going, and now the TP ends up there. We can do a fake teleport. Boop.
Teleport.
And maybe these enemies are gonna be distracted. And now, we can go for a swing, for the maybe pop flash. And that's it.
Last player standing. Last
Okay.
player standing.
Ready.
Switching.
Okay, I'm done for today. Sorry guys, but this is the end of the VOD review. We reviewed 24 rounds. Listen, man, your utility usage needs to be a bit more mindful, and you need to spend some time in a custom server developing, you know, some of the lineups or getting a bit better, you know, overall feeling for using the teleports on the go. Second of all, try to fix every single mistake, mechanical or positioning mistake that we've discussed during this specific VOD review. On a defender side, especially if you're not trying to predict the enemies, if you're not trying to play the site where you think the enemies are gonna push next, or you're filling the positions, you need to have the fast rotation teleports and a more meaningful teleports. Now, fourth thing, pay attention more on the team play. Team play, 0 points. Pay attention more on the minimap. Minimap awareness, 0 points as well. And the sixth thing, your economy management is absolutely dog shit, and you need to do a better job there. Now, I'm gonna send you a training for your mechanical skill, training for fixing majority of the problems that we discussed today, and I recommend you to stick to that training for the next 2 to 3 months. And basically, that's it. I'm done for today. Even though this was, I don't know, a basic VOD review, like literally, we didn't really go that in-depth about specific topics. I think that we covered some of an ideas of how to play Yoru on Bind and, you know, what you should be doing as a solo queue player. Make sure to join my Discord server if you want to get my private coaching. This is not even close to my private coaching. Like I want to say I'm saving my breath for the private coaching, but we reviewed this VOD for 2.5 hours basically. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment, and all of that good stuff. See you in the next VOD review. Mwah.